gonna come again. See what they've done to my hair. It's not even staying behind my ear anymore. Anyways, so I'm gonna start off by saying the movies that I added, just in case they freaking deleted everything. Never let anybody hack your stuff. Well, technically, I didn't let them. I just trusted people too easily. No, I don't. Anyways, okay, so it's not butchering Hindi. Hum, hey, Kamal, K. It's not hey, it's K. Butchering it mad like tomorrow. Okay, that's Minsarak Anna Hindi dubbed. So that is, I've added that. I've added both links, and the first link I added has more audio in it than the second one. I haven't found a link for the Hindi dubbed version that has the suicide scene and, sorry, trigger warning. And the audio, full audio. Next one I've added is Ekdam Dar. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, as usual. The Powerful. It's Gita Hindi dubbed. And then next one is also Love Today Hindi dubbed. Appas Padam Dil Ki Dagar. I hate pronounce the last word. And there's that. And then I added Vishnu. Television. I added the goat's already been added. Superhero Shane Shaw. I've added that one. Is going on. Just to do it. And then next one is Vasigra and Double. I've added that one. And Pokemon dubbed. I've added that. Sarkar Hindi dubbed, I found, so then I added that one. Yes, it's on Bibli something. I can't find the something missing. I couldn't find it on any of the website from my preliminary searches. There might be other, hopefully legal versions of it online. And there's Nakanupa Kavali. Nakanupa Kavali or Nakanupa Kavali, I think it's Nakanupa Kavali. It's the Telugu version of Vasigara, and it's on Hotstar, except that's the only movie I need to watch on Hotstar, and currently my bank balance gets to 0. They try very hard to make sure I run out of money every month, and this month I didn't run out of all my money, miraculously. Because I keep saying intuition #blabbering, and I'd like to stay that way, and so I cannot spend $50 a month Hotstar. I do want to watch this movie legally. However, it would be much better if I was able to pay like a monthly subscription. You know, I can't spend $50 when they're stealing millions of dollars from my bank account, and like honestly, I was for the past 5 years. 3-4 years ever since. Funny. Ever since I was watching Nakanupa Kavali, I spent $50 to watch that one movie for 3 years. I spent $150 on Hotstar to watch one movie on Hotstar for 3 years. So, and right now, and when I get extra money, because the thing is, I cannot have my bank balance at 0 this month. I can't. I do have to have enough money. Somehow I got enough money to pay for Hotstar. However, I can't use that because it won't be at 0, but I need it to be more than a certain specific amount in order for me to feel at least a bit more financially stable than last month. I think that's very important for me, very important for the multiverse, very important for you guys, for me to have some bank balance, and for that bank balance to increase and my financial stability to increase, because clearly they're saying this girl ain't financially stable right now, but you know what I mean, like on the streets, because they want the multiverse to Aliyah, and that can only happen, not only how it only have a chance of it if I'm on the streets. Oh, that's so sad for you. That's not happening. Next, the Aliyah the multiverse part. So I added the one on YouTube as well. Because if I watch it on YouTube, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm gonna give you guys a link to it, and I also added the songs to it. Yo, if it was like a $3 subscription or like a $10 subscription or like a $15 subscription, okay, per month. I can't pay $50 at one time when I'm like budgeting for money like no tomorrow. Yo, I just can't, man. And I don't blame you if you're in the same situation. It's very difficult to watch movies if you're in the same situation. Yeah, so whatever. Doesn't matter. It's on YouTube. Honestly, I would watch it on YouTube if I could, but yo, I'm choosing my financial. I'm choosing getting off the streets while protecting the multiverse, so I'm gonna do that, and I don't blame you if you do the same. Make it cheap for them. That's what Uppa wants. I really don't care. Wow, this is how I'm gonna be. Okay. And then if I have a reaction, it's because of the movie. And Saka Bengali dub they've added on Sun Nexi. I pay for subscriptions on Nexi, but like if people can't afford it and it's for free, that's what Appa wants. That's how it should be. That's it. I have no other. I don't want to. That's it. So his kids, his grandchildren, no matter how in what situation they are, whether they're on the streets right now when they're not supposed to be, or whether they're high up in society financially, they should be able to watch their fathers, their grandfathers' movies whenever the heck they want to, however they want to, and it's their choice. And if their parents aren't letting them watch it on purpose, because I know they watch my content and don't let my children see it, they're my children. That's final. You're never giving birth to them again. To separate them from the people they love. For the sole reason that they love me as their mom. They're bawling their eyes out, suicidal, because they can't watch mine and Uppa's content. And their parents aren't letting them. I'm not trying to steal people's children. No. They're stealing my children from me. I don't care if you gave birth to them. You have to act like a mother to be one. And if you're not, then hello, I take my children. I take my kids. That is it. End of story. Anyways, Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors, can you please take all those kids, all our kids? There you go, that's what I'm gonna say. For not letting my children see mine or my Uppa's content. We'll figure out what this means if you don't know. For the evils. What type of parent piticas them from the people they love? Next. And they're beating them up and some are sexually abusing them, so please take them immediately. And even if they don't, that's because the Lord is protecting them from doing all that stuff. So get them before it even gets to that point, slightest. Because what she does, evil terrorist, ultimate terrorist up there. You guys know who I mean by ultimate terrorist. The slightest abuse, she uses it to do the worst abuse in future lifetimes. You know how the plan, she uses that slightest thing of abuse to further that in every life and for them to torture them the worst possible using that. That is giving way, that slight abuse, that slight yelling is giving way to that abuse, and we can't let that happen. So please take them till I come. And next, you know, I sang a couple of songs in that movie. And I have to try to Telugu one because I found it once and then I couldn't find it afterwards because they probably took it down because they knew I watched it. Screw terrorists. Now I have 10 minutes but to blabber. Funny line of the song. I don't know what to talk about. Everyone just wants to kill me for no reason, which I don't understand. And, a very good question. Why am I not getting revenue from ads on YouTube? I haven't even checked. I have to go check that. But I do want revenue from ethical ads. Am I getting ethical ads on my YouTube things? To figure that out, watch them steal that money too. To make it seem like I get no views. Honey, I know my place on YouTube. I know. So if I don't see money there, at least a significant amount of ad revenue, I know it's being stolen. So tough luck for you. I already know. These people are trying to cut my leg off. I don't understand them. Like, why can't they just mind their own life? I don't know. I don't get it. They're trying to kidnap everybody I love. Okay, beating somebody up for 5 years straight is called kidnapping and not letting them leave. I don't care if it's in their own house, it's called kidnapping. This is what UPA means, man. I get kidnapped, everybody gets kidnapped. If I go through trauma, everybody goes through trauma. This is what he meant. Did I mention why John C. always had babies with her in war? I'm not sure if I did. Sometimes, I mean, it wasn't just John C., it was Rudrama Devi as well. Rudrama Devi took her grandchild. She's like Ava. Because, let's say this newborn couldn't stand a second without her grandmother, right? Rudrama Devi. And, adorable grandchild. Adorable mini Rudrama Devi, oh my god. And obviously, Rudrama Devi has some sense not to take grandchild onto the field, right? Onto war. Because Rudrama Devi's son, she had several, hundreds, thousands of children, obviously. Because she likes children, so she adopts everybody. And so, Abhi's army dash virtual warriors, you can clarify this. Dash na katta vartha laga, dash na unme ave dash, summa dash, virtual warriors. And so he basically, the one that she gave birth to, she only gave birth to one, and for some reason that one was a screwed up insider, was trying to create war, was trying to destroy Kakatiya, and was trying to create issues, was basically talking to everybody from other kingdoms in order to destroy Kakatiya, is what he was doing, just as Velunachiya's husband, traitor is what I would call him, was doing for Sivaganga. And Sivaganga that's what he did with the evil, there were good British and evil British that Velunachiya met. The evil British are the ones that tried to destroy Sivaganga and surrounding areas, Veluna's place. And yeah, basically the parallels of the biggest known villain in Ramayana have an issue with India and have an issue with someone who is known as Shakti ruling it, and they love destroying it and creating issues for her. What funny thing, and he loves destroying India for them. Even if there were different parallels, right? There were different parallels of the same. You can believe this story, or you can just enjoy it as a story. Your choice. And yeah, so his newborn, but I wouldn't consider her his daughter because he's the one who killed her and destroyed Kakatiya hence. And so she went to war. One of her evil sons, I don't consider him a son, right? But one of her evil sons, other manufactured battles, manufactured issues, stop scratching up. But then she, the little mini Rudrama Devi, the grandchild, got a high fever. A very, very high fever. She almost died. And Rudrama Devi wasn't aware of this, right? But, oh my god. The same pimp from the last photo I took yesterday is here. They look at books and are pimpy about it. That's their problem. Oh, now he's walking away because I talked about him. Why did they come in the first place? They know they're a worldwide embarrassment. Why did they come near me in the first place? Anyways. Okay. And they basically, her son knew this, that she was dying, that his daughter was dying, and he didn't say a word to Drama Devi, her adopted children, who are her real fathers, and her adopted daughters, her real mothers, and everybody else were the ones who told her. They are the ones who found out and told her. They jolted. The war was already done by then. I think the war was done. Abhi's army virtual warriors, correct me if I'm wrong. Dash virtual warriors, correct me if I'm wrong. She dashed her granddaughter because she was gonna die. That's how bad it was. She went and then it was bad. And then she went, she held her, and then they had a talk. She reminds me of Ava, obviously. So many of them are baby who Google Gaga talk, but you could understand because and like all they were so scared. They literally thought she was about to die if Rudma Devi didn't go and like if she didn't see her in time. Like that's how bad it was because she can't stand a second. She cannot stand a second without her grandmother. And yeah, and that's how she is. That's how she always is. And so not her real son. No, he's not her son. No, disowned man. Her birth son was making issues, obviously. So I'm gonna ignore him. I might ignore him unless I remember something. #blabbering. In part of the story because I want to talk about her Google Gagas and the big talk they had. So the big talk, it was the dads and moms, the good dads and moms, because they trusted evil people before. So the good dads and moms, and then the Rudrama Devi and Mini Rudrama Devi. So Rudrama Devi is holding Mini Rudrama Devi here and bawling her eyes out. And she's bawling her eyes out, Mini Rudrama Devi, because Mini Rudrama Devi thought Piri Rudrama Devi was gonna die in war. Yeah, she was worried she was gonna die in war. She's like, don't go without me again. And she was trying, and she knew that her inability to talk, and she acted exactly like Piri Rudrama Devi. I don't know, I remember her name, guys. I'm sorry. If I remembered her name, I would say her name. I hate not remembering names. I hate it. I don't remember my own name, man. My middle name. I don't remember it. Anyways. Fuck, I have 1 minute, man. Yo, I didn't finish the story. Don't go on me like this. Like, yo. Don't go out on me like this. Shit. Shucks. Okay. #blabbering. Okay, so how do I finish the story quickly? Because as I say things, I remember things. #blabbering. When is this poison going to be out to me so I can speak like a normal person to you guys? I don't even have my period. 10 minutes, put it. Good job, Bobby. Good job. Okay. Okay. How do I? Okay. Oh my God, it's such a good story. Okay. So. Okay. I'll just. Okay. Say intuition. Finish the story. Okay. Okay. And so they were all having a huge, huge talk. Ignore the annoying little bird son that was trying to twop, 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 trying to keep talking and disturbing the conversation every second because that's what he does, because all he knows is how to create issues. Ignore him in this part of the story because he's irritating me right now in my head. He's generally irritating. Not now, I mean. You know what I mean? Okay. And so she was with her gugus and gagas, trying her best to tell us trying to tell everybody that she can't go without them again. It's not okay. No, but she wasn't trying to command them or anything. She was just she was saying, "Don't go out with me again." And then they were like, "No, but you're a little baby." But then she's like, "You're my little baby." Because everybody believed in Kakatiya that Rudramadevi and mini Rudramadevi were, well, Rudramadevi. They thought they were the same, right? And so she always knows that. I don't know about, like, mini Rudramadevi usually knows that they're the same. I don't know about Peri Rudramadevi. I don't know what's going on in her mind. And some of the children, like Rudramadevi's children, could figure that out too. Rudramadevi couldn't figure it out completely. I don't know if she did. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, and then long talk, long talk, and then they're like, "How are we going to take you? They're gonna try to kill you." And everything, but then they're gonna try to kill you. That's what she was saying in her Google Gaga talks. Like newborn, man, just came out of the womb, and she's trying to protect all of them, like Rudrama Devi, right? Because she wanted to be exactly like her. There's a word for party, but it's used a different word, not just party. அந்த காலத்தில் வந்து தெலுங்கு பாஷை வந்து அப்போ வேறு மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. லைக் எப்படி தமிழ் வந்து வேலுநாச்சியர் காலத்துலேயோ சோழர் காலத்துலேயோ வந்து வேறு வேறையாக பேசுவாங்கல்ல, ஒரு பழைய காலத்து தமிழ், அழகான தமிழ். அதே மாதிரி தெலுங்குக்கும் இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த வார்த்தை என்ன எனக்கு தெரியல. பாமா இல்லை, பாமா தான் வந்து தெலுங்குல இப்போ இந்த காலத்தில் வந்து பாட்டின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அம்மப்பா இல்லை, அப்பம்மா, அம்மம்மா, அப்படியே பாட்டி. பாமா தான் அதுக்கு வார்த்தை. ஆனால் ஒரு அழகான வார்த்தை அது. அது அப்போத்தைய காலத்தில் வந்து பாட்டின்னு கூப்பிடும்போது கூட அந்த வார்த்தையை கூப்பிடல. அவள் அம்மான்ற ஒரு வார்த்தை மாதிரியாக கூப்பிட்டா. வார்த்தை என்ன எனக்கு தெரியல, ஞாபகம் இல்லை. அப்பா might know. Other kids might know. Yeah. Anyways. And Rudrama Devi is there. The thing is with Rudrama Devi is that she doesn't force her children to do anything. And it's just she acts like a child with a child, and she tries to talk with her and reason to her as another child would, right? And that's all, right? And it's because I think she never wants to feel like she wants to be their friend, before anything. And yeah, there's that, and so does Appa. Appa's like that too. And some character like Appa, her son, real son, because her birth son killed him, calling him BAST, star. I want to make one thing clear. They were her real sons and her real children. He was the one that was born in the wrong place. He was the one that wasn't supposed to be born to Rudrama Devi in the first place. Nandri Vanakkam. All I have to say, Rudrama Devi would want somebody to defend her kids, and I'm doing it right now. 700 bloody years later. Hello. How are you? It is 2025. I tried to stomp, it didn't work. There you go. Stomped. Okay. Anyways. Not on purpose, I was just generally mad. I was trying to stop and my feet slipped. Point is, I'm having such a serious conversation. I don't know what I'm okay, anyways. What else? I don't remember. I'm not sure about other parts of the conversation, but it was just a bunch of goo gagas. Basically a lot of baby talk, and she was trying to say as much as possible and try to convey as much as possible to all the baby ammas. For her, it's baby ammas and appas because all her ammas and appas are her babies. And she convinced all of them. She convinced Udharma Devi. Because the other option was to let her die if she goes to another battlefield, because that's what was going to happen. She said she wouldn't live. She was convinced that she wouldn't live. And she wasn't trying to threaten Udharma Devi. She wasn't trying to threaten her ammas and appas. She was quite saying if she goes again, she doesn't know what happened, because she wanted to know absolutely everything that happened on the battlefield that night, and it was bad. Because the birth son was right beside her. Quite literally, behind Rudhrama Devi, giving signals. Not Jhansi's son, being on the back like Jhansi's son, no. Backstabbing. On the back saying, are you gonna be that obvious on the battlefield, buddy? Okay, well, he tried to make sure no one else noticed it. Other children, they always had doubts on him. But Rudhrama Devi, not because he was her birth son, not because of that. In general, she tries to give benefit of the doubt to everybody. I, on the other hand, don't. Ha ha! Learned my lesson. Anyway, so basically, they were brushes of death. I don't remember if she had scars or anything. She might have been either. I think she had scars. She had scars on the battlefield. She did. She got scars. And they would have been fatal if the good kids didn't step in. You want to know what happens to Mini Udharma Devi when she grows up? She fights right beside her Bama, beside her, and she strikes it dead if she's beside her. If someone tries to even raise the katti a little bit up, cut him. Done. I was actually copying Rajinikanth. I wasn't trying to, it just came out. Okay. But Mini Udharma Devi, can't beat them. And then beside the Mini Udharma Devi and the Periya Udharma Devi, all her real kids are there, right? Birth son. I don't know why he lived until then. He was there trying to make sure everybody died as usual. Insiders. And so there's that. Okay, let's get back to the story. And she thought the next time she always had doubt. I met Rudharma Devi. She always had doubts that if she was always looking at her birth son. She didn't consider him her real dad, only because Mama said, or else no. She knows good from bad. What is up with Rudharma Devi though? I'm not like that, so it's good. I'm like Mini Rudharma Devi now. I'm probably proud of that fact because it's a very difficult lesson I had to learn. But I learned it. I know you guys are proud of me. Anyways, I know I have to finish the video, but I really want to finish the story. And then she thought that, I know why. She was always watching closely. She always had a feeling that he was going to try to kill her. And she thought the next battle, her intuition, newborn, I'm sorry, I'm not about blessings. It's a lullaby. It's a freaking lullaby. I'm not right now. Anyways, you heard it saying to Ava. Anyways, so, what was I saying? They keep doing this thing, they keep making my mind blank. See, telepathic rape is a bane of my existence. Like, get the fuck out of my head. Just hashtag it out now. And so Rudrama Devi, yeah, in the next battle, what was going to happen in the next battle was bad. He had a problem with there being two Rudrama Devis because he believed that the many Rudrama Devi, because many Rudrama, because they just call her Eva, because no, because other Eva and the but it's because she reminds me of Eva, and we need to name her. And Rudrama Devi is a very long name, and Eva is just 3 letters. So it's very it's much easier to search for Ava, right? Somebody like Ava, because anybody can have the name Ava, right? And she who knows, maybe her name was Ava. Okay, let's just keep it at Ava, okay? So Ava was, and if you say it's not a Telugu name, Vayamudi. Anyways, like in a, not like saying oh suma sadhanama or Telugu perile in a, like in a culture parent the like and the like innocent கேக்குறது வேற தீய எண்ணம் இல்லாம கேக்குறது வேற தீய எண்ணத்தோட கேக்குறது வேற சொல்றது புரியுதா அவங்களுக்கு தான் இந்த ரியாக்ஷன் தீய எண்ணத்தோட கேக்குறவங்களுக்கு and because in the next battle he had a problem with there being two Rudrama Devis and does he die if they're together, if Rudrama Devi and Ava are together? Because some do. Some I've learned that, which means they separated those two for eternities. Have fun when I remember those times. Anyways, so he was going to kill Rudrama Devi. He was already trying to kill Ava, which is why he didn't tell anybody when she was actually dying. When we were at war. Like, she was dying. She was quite literally dying. She only got better after, like, highest temperature that Rudrama Devi has ever seen on anybody. Anybody, not even a newborn, on anybody. And, she, yeah. So she was trying to kill he was trying to kill one of them. One of his parallels is a girl now, and is torturing me. And saying, and I'm Rudrama Devi, I'm Rudrama Devi. No, you're not. You're evil. No, Rudrama Devi. You're not Rudrama Devi. Understand that. She's not my daughter, man. She's not my best friend. She's making the world think she's my best friend on these videos. No, she ain't. I don't need to deal with 3 villains of Ramayana. More than 3. Pachakodi is going on. எவனையும் நம்பக்கூடாது கெட்டவனுங்க கண்ண பார்க்கணும் நல்லவங்க நம்பியாகணும் கெட்டவங்க நம்பவே கூடாது இல்லாட்டி வாழ்க்கை and so her intuition was on high because he was going to kill Rudrama Devi as well, almost for sure. And that's why she wanted to go. Ava wanted to go with them, and somehow she convinced them. But the thing is, little Ava is very stubborn for very good reasons, in all the best ways, in all the most amazing, sweetest ways ever. The baby Ava. She wanted to wear exactly what Rudrama Devi wore. She's always like that. She's always like that in every lifetime. Whenever they're together, she has to be exactly like Rudrama Devi. I'm not joking. She's exactly like her every single time. I'm thinking about Ava now and what they've done to her. They couldn't do that if I was with her. Anyways, mark my words, she's going to be exactly like me. The non-possessed version of me. You can't handle that. You can't deal with it, so commit suicide before she grows up. Because I might not be able to pick up the knife, but she will. And she will kill. And just because you've done something to her arms that I'm not exactly aware of, doesn't mean I won't make sure that she gets her full arm back. Because I will. I'll make sure her body and Darima's body is completely intact and perfect. Not that they're not perfect now, obviously. Those are the kids that will kill you. With that fucking haunts you in your dreams. I'm 1,000,000% confident of that. Which is why you kidnap them, because you're scared of them. Because you can't do shit to them when they grow up, can you? This time I'll show them both. I'm not done the story. I think they made me say that because they know they're gonna escape, because they know I'm not gonna sleep, because I'm remembering #blabbering. Then if I remember fully, I don't remember fully. I need to remember fully. Because if they come back within 2 days, I have a plan for the next 2 days to stay awake. And if they come back in the 2 days, the good spirits, they escape. I don't sleep. And then I kill. I might burn somebody. I want to burn somebody. They burn my kids. But I need to be possessed, like Samyarang. Oh, I'm admitting this? I don't care. The cops that are following me are murderers and terrorists and pimps that have killed my children. So don't come near me when I'm not possessed anymore, because it ain't good for you. Any of you. I don't care what possession you. I'm telling my kids to go into Gaza. You think I'm scared of you? You think I'm scared of you? I would go into Gaza if I was there right now. They can't do shit to me when I'm awake. They can't throw guns on my face. I know that. They know that. So stop acting like them. You're scared of me when I'm awake, and they act like big shots to my Abhi's army and Daesh virtual warriors. Anyways, there's a story of it. Okay. I have to finish that 40 minutes. And so she convinced everybody because she was gonna die, and she was afraid that, and Rudra Devi cannot live without little Eva. And yeah. So all the kids are like, Amma, you have to let her come. Like, you have to, like, no, they gave me a talk. I mean, they gave Rudra Devi a talk because she can handle taking a newborn there, but she knew it was either that or that she dies. And so they prepared. They were like, no one's touching her. No one's ever going to touch her. No one's touching her on the battlefield. They were preparing for that battle like nothing. And those kids, no one can win Rudra Devi anymore. And that is because of her kids, and that is because of her army. Abhi's army. What up? No one can beat her army when they're together. It's been like that all the time. Everybody knows that in every kingdom of the world of Kakatiya, and I'm not trying to toot her horn or my horn. I'm talking about this is what her friends from 700 years ago still say today. This is what they have said. This is how proud they are. And this is how confident they are of her and who she is at the moment and what she can achieve now. And so they prepared like crazy. Like, they're already unbeatable. Her kids are, and I'm not saying it's because of Rudra Devi. They'd say it's because of Rudra Devi and their siblings and their friends who are in the army as well, like our own army. And Rudra Devi always went to battle. She doesn't sit back and watch her kids go to battle. No. She always, Queen Elizabeth, Jhansi, Rudra Devi, Viraj, they always join the battle. They can't watch their kids get sloshed. No, I'm sorry. No, we're going in. That's what we do. Hashtag I need the poison out. And yeah, they made me say that on purpose so that they can kill the kids, but they can't kill the kids unless I commit suicide. So they're gonna try to kill the other ones. I'll kill them for that. Okay, that's what's happening. I'm trying to think about what to do. Okay, anyways. And so they're already unbeatable. Now they're just fighting like divine forces on the battlefield. Like quite literally, that's how it felt like in that battle. She had Eva, she's so adorable. She had to have a sword like Amma / Bama, because I don't know what she called her. And she had to have a sword, so she got a sword. And she trained. She held the sword in her hand before she held the pen. No. She held the pen and sword at the same time. Because Bama was writing, She was always with her. There wasn't a second they were apart. Her birth song was trying to separate them. What's new? What is new 700 years later? What is new? More parallels now. That's what's new. Annoying. And she held a pen and a sword at the same time. And she held a sword. You know, it's very difficult for newborns to hold things, right? I don't blame them, obviously. But she worked very hard. I do believe the kids can do anything after watching her. Hashtag blabbering. But she held a sword. She learned how to fight with a sword before she could walk. And logic was good too because she had to sit on the horse. She didn't do anything, and Mama was gonna hold her with one hand anyways. But even then, she was like, "No, I have to sit straight like Amma on the horse." She had to sit straight like Amma on the horse. She had to have her own little saddle on the horse in front of Amma, baby. She had to have her little armors. So adorable. And there we go. The kids were just like, "No, we have to win this. No one is coming near. No one is touching her." And the battle was won. And every battle she was with them in. She was in battle all the time after that. Because the thing is, taking a baby with you isn't a weakness, it's a strength, right? Because your instinct comes out, your parental instinct comes out, right? Whether you're a parent or not, it comes out with little ones. And anyone who you see as vulnerable, you will go Kali mode, you will go Colin mode. Even if you're not Kali or Colin, whatever, you're your own version of Kali or Colin. All good ones are, right? That battle was done, won, because she was there. And whenever Rudramadevi raised her sword, she raised her little sword. Whenever Rudramadevi would scream in anger, she would scream in anger. And it's not on copying, it would come to her because they're one, right? They're the same. And that happens with other kids as well, even if they're not parallels. It happens with me and Appa, right? Me and Appa are like that. Veonachar, Ayanar would dance in sync when they're gonna kill somebody. Samyarded in sync. Same moves, no planning, nothing. Ayyo, Yamma, Ati, Kadavale. They just danced. I haven't danced like that yet. Samyarded. It's just that it's really easy for me to kill somebody if I samyard, you know? And they just go away if I have to kill somebody if I need this to stop. To protect the multiverse, I have to kill somebody, and I'm waiting on who to kill. I'm not joking. They can't do anything if I kill somebody. The cops said, why pain it in like why pain it in like Munja after I almost killed Ahin. He came back to life. Because I died. You guys know the story, right? Abhi's Army Dash Virtual Wars, you can say that story. Yeah. Killed him in the toilet after he sexually assaulted me. I didn't rape him. I don't do that. Why pain the manga? They couldn't do anything when I said I killed him. They believed it and they didn't do shit. They weren't going to do shit because they thought I was going to kill them. Now they have them human trafficking me because I keep sleeping. But they can't do shit to me when I'm awake. They're trying to follow me. Oh, it's so sad. I'm going to put you in jail one day. தெரிஞ்சும் இதுக்கு உண்ட வாய விடுறேன் தெரிஞ்சும் இதுக்கு நடுவில் வரேன் நல்லவனை நினச்சிட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டிய வரேன் தேவையா உனக்கு I'm telling all of them. Anyways, the battle was won. She was exact. There were so many other stories. I don't remember them. I have to remember them. In order for me to remember them, I have to say it and talk about it. And these are the videos I have to talk about it in. But then, hello, it's 45 minutes already, and I need to upload this in the next 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go. That is little mini Ava's story. And now I have to get Ava out of there because they're going to try to blackmail me again, trying to kill Ava and making me. Brainwashing me to not do anything because of constant fear about what's going to happen to her in her life. I just want to kill him. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Nandri Malaikum. Thank you.